of the Zuma for every man and woman. Nation's capital, so we're standing tall. It's the city of the Zuma for Pupa and Muma. Nation's capital, so we're standing tall. There is freedom, no segregation. Welcome to the city of my praise.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to another edition of Dateline Abuja on AIT. I'm Hawa Momo. Thank God it's Wednesday. Well, first, to bring you updates from the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, Nilds. The Impact and Innovation Award was presented to the Director General of the Institute, Professor Abubakar Suleiman, by the Westminster Foundation for Democracy, WFD. The recognition was bestowed upon him in acknowledgement of the achievements attained through the collaborative efforts of Nilds and WFD, which have led to significant advancements in democracy.
The Westminster Foundation for Democracy, WFD, through its Regional Director Africa, Michael Nevin, represented by Adebowale Olorumola, Country Director, Westminster Foundation for Democracy, presents an award and commendation letter to Director General Nilds for strengthening democracy in Nigeria. The Country Director, Westminster Foundation for Democracy, Adebowale Olorumola, on behalf of WFD and the Regional Director, WFD Africa, Michael Nevin, reads the letter of appreciation to the Director General Nilds, Professor Abubakar Suleiman, after presenting the award.
Professor Abubakar O. Suleiman, the Director General, National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, Nilds. Dear Professor Suleiman, WFD Innovation Award. I am writing to thank you for the partnership with WFD Nigeria on the Inclusive Political Parties Program. At WFD's quarterly review in London, we selected the work in Nigeria for an innovation award. This is in recognition of WFD Nigeria and Nilds' use of an elections command center on the election day to bring attention to the issue of inclusivity by political parties. Political parties have an important role to support broad-based democracy in Nigeria. Yet, studies show that parties have yet to fully reflect the potential of women, young people, people with disabilities, and other communities. The use of a press conference, streaming and online interviews with experts cleverly capitalize on the attention given to the election to highlight this important issue. It sets the scene for WFD and Nilds research work to be used as the basis for further post-election engagement. I commend the partnership of Nilds with WFD Nigeria and look forward to our two organizations further supporting Nigeria's democracy. Yours sincerely, Michael Nevin, Regional Director, Africa.
Victor Iheme. I'm a legal practitioner in Nigeria.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yes.
What do you think about the fuel subsidy removal?
Anyway, this issue of fuel subsidy has been a
The Director General Nilds, Professor Abubakar Suleiman, in response, showed gratitude to the WFD and assures them of continued collaboration in building democracy in Nigeria.
Let me welcome our partner, our friend, the Country Director of Westminster Foundation for Democracy, our brother, Mr. Adebowale, and other members of the team from WFD. It is gratifying to know that, at least for the first time, since my assumption of office, that a donor agency will write formally to appreciate us. I'm more delighted on two grounds. One, the extensions of fellowship to us in the first instance, to work with us, to deepen democracy, to work with us to advance democracy, to work with us to advance the capacity of democratic actors, was very, very gladdening to us 3 years ago. And in this course of, in the course of the journey, we have been very consistent. The partnership, and if a donor agency of this magnitude that has the support of British government is doing this to us, I think it's just normal, reasonable, and patriotic for us to really do everything possible to ensure that that marriage works, and that's what we've been doing. So today, while I'm starting my second time in office, I'm delighted to have received this good news from you, from your organization, and I'm not taking it for granted. The only assurance I can give you is that in the course of this journey, we are ready to open our arms to you for more fellowship, for more partnership, for more collaboration in advancing the democratic ethics and principle in this country. Anything in terms of programs and activities that you feel will further advance this system of government in this country, we stand by that. And I want to let you know that after the last program, which has to do with the election observation, you are the only organization that come up with, look, we're not just going to monitor election, observe election. We must be thematic in our observation. What are we looking at? What are we looking for? It's not just for us to say we are practicing democracy and we are going for election. Election is one of the features of democracy. But election itself is a process. Absolutely. It's not something we should have on papers and say, oh, we had elections. Election has come and gone. Today people are looking at the result of the election, whether it was PDP and APC. Nobody is talking about how many women indeed participated in this election, especially at the electionary exercise in terms of voting. How many of the women constituted voters? How many of them are candidates? And how many won at the end of the day? How many youth? How many people with disabilities? It's only by being statistical and being clinical in identifying the age sets, the class sets, that we can really say, yes, what we are doing in Nigeria is democracy. And this is what we have done. And after that process, it has been an ongoing conversation, in our interaction with other agencies, media organizations, in our various public issue, that's engagement rather, that's what the WFD has brought to us is to look. We have to look at the level of inclusivity. We have to look at the numbers of women. We have to look at the numbers of youth. We have to look at the numbers of people with disability. And that was why after the whole election, just 3 women emerged in Senate. It became a worrisome development for us. 15 in House of Rep. Same go for state assemblies. And just in line with our monitoring and observation, just okay, let us convoke another conference of women.
And that's it from Nilds, Building Democratic Institutions in Nigeria